Yeah, good morning, everyone. So, in the today's class, we will discuss one more classification algorithm, that is k nearest neighbor. So, first we will see the intuition behind that algorithm. So, k nearest neighbor algorithm. After that, we will discuss the uh, working of that algorithm by taking one simple project. So, I will explain you two projects in this session itself. So initially, I will start with how this algorithm works. So it is also a classification algorithm. So as you already aware of the difference between classification and regression. So here, if your output is a categorical data, then we need to use a classification problem. So here initially, I will take one simple plot. So let us assume it is our simple plot. So let us assume it is x-axis and it is y-axis. So after that, I am taking two different data points, two different categorical data points. So here I'm keeping some red points. Let us assume, so here these are the few categorical points. So after this thing, here I'm taking one more different categorical points, and I'm keeping some points, these points here. So here I'm keeping different categorical points. Sorry, in the so here I'm keeping two different categorical points in the plot. So after this, so in future, if you give new data point in an algorithm, if you give new data point, so let us assume I'm giving new data point and I want to detect this data point, whether this one belongs to this green category or this red category. To classify this data point belongs to which category, we need to apply k nearest neighbor. So here, initially we need to specify the number of neighbors. That is nothing but we need to specify k value. For suppose if you specify k value equals to 5. So here, let us assume if you say k value as 5. If you say, sorry, initially I'm taking k value as 3. So here initially I'm taking k value as 3 only. So after taking this k value, what we need to do? We need to find the nearest point corresponding to this point. So here let us assume, so it is a very close point to this thing. After this, let us assume it is a second closest point to this thing. After this, let us assume, so here it is the third nearest point to this point. So here, these are the three different points. So very close to, so these are the three closest points to this new data point. So here 1 point saying red category and 2 points saying green category. That is nothing but, so here, so maximum green points. So here if you observe these points, so here in this thing, two green points you have. So here 2 points belongs to the green category, and here 1 point belongs to the 1 point belongs to the red category. So let us assume, so here it is the majority. So green point showing majority in this example. That means this data point belongs to the category green. So here whatever the new data point you want to predict, that is belongs to the category green. So that is about the working of k nearest neighbor algorithm. So here in this algorithm, we need to specify the k value. Based on that k value, so here based on this k value, it will form a circle with nearby points. So here in this example, I specified 3 nearby points. I consider 3 nearby points. So which is having more number of points, I am considering that new point as that category. Let us assume if you say k equals to 5, it will form a circle with the 5 nearest points. And based on that, so on which side it is biased, how many points belong to which category, based on that we will say this new point belongs to which category. To calculate this distance, here we need to consider Euclidean distance measure. So to calculate the distance, we are considering Euclidean distance measure. Let us assume, so here we have new data point, and let us assume it is our first data point. So here it is our question data point. So here I'm saying point 1, and here I'm saying this one as a point 2. So to this, between these 2 points, I want to calculate the Euclidean distance. To calculate the Euclidean distance between 2 points, so here it is our question point. P1 is our question point, whereas P2 is our actual point. So here for this also, we need to plot a line. So here we need to calculate this distance. In between these 2 points, we need to calculate this distance. So here I'm saying this one as an x-axis, and I'm saying this one as an y-axis. Here we need to calculate the distance between these 2 points. To calculate the distance between these 2 points, we have L1 num as well as L2 num. So first one is to find the distance between 2 points. First method is Euclidean distance measure. So as you already aware of this Euclidean distance measure. So here formula to find the distance between two nearby points is under root of. So here in this what we need to specify x2 minus. So here we need to say x2 minus x1 whole square plus we need to say y2 minus y1. So every time what we need to do, so here it is the formula of Euclidean distance measure. So here initially what we need to do, so here we have it is x1 and it is x2 and here this one belongs to y1 and the above one belongs to y2. So these are the different points. So based on these points, we need to find the Euclidean distance between 2 points. So here it is our question point, and these are the actual point present in this data set. Like that, we need to find the Euclidean distance between this point to each and every point. So here I got the Euclidean distance with the 1 point only, whereas our algorithm calculates the distance between this question point to all other points, and it will consider all these points in a specific order. After that, so to calculate this distance, we have one more distance metric, that is Manhattan distance measure. Another metric is Manhattan distance method. So to calculate the Manhattan distance, so here it is a simple thing. So here we need to calculate this thing by using this metric. So here formula for calculating the Manhattan distance is x2 minus x1 mod of x2 minus x1 plus mod of y2 minus y1. So whatever the metrics preferable to you to calculate the Euclidean, distance between 2 points, you can use that method. So here, these are the two distance metrics to calculate the distance between two different points. So here, if we say k equals to 3, it will consider the nearest points. So 3 nearest points. If we say k equals to 5, it will consider the 5 nearest points. So based on that, which points belongs to the majority category, based on that it will assign new data point category. That is about k nearest neighbors algorithm. So I will explain you the different steps to proceed into this algorithm. So here I'm roughing this entire board. So here to do this thing, here to apply this algorithm, we need to aware of few steps. So here now I will explain you all the points to proceed with this algorithm. So someone, on what basis do we assign a number k value? So here to calculate the k value, here we have elbow method. So I will explain you that elbow method while explaining the unsupervised learning concepts. Don't worry about that thing. So initially understand what is about this intuition behind this algorithm. So to calculate, to proceed further in this algorithm, we have different points. So first point is we need to choose k value. So here initially we need to choose k value. So initially assume random k values, that is first point. After calculating choosing the k value, so here initially we need to choose k value. After choosing k value, second point is take k nearest neighbor, take k nearest neighbor points. Neighbors. So we need to take k nearest neighbors based on Euclidean distance.
చెప్తాను నేను చక్కగా చెప్పించుకోవచ్చు కదా. టెక్స్ట్ నిజంగానే పెడతాడు, పెట్టడు అనుకోకు. నేను పెట్టడానికి అంటలేను, అదే అంటున్నా.
Can you please keep your microphones in mute mode? Take k nearest neighbors based on Euclidean or Manhattan distance. So here we need to calculate the distance between each and every point. So based on this Euclidean distance, we need to take k nearest points. That is the second point corresponding to this thing. After this, we have third point. So here, among these k neighbors, count the number of data points of each category. Among k data points, count the number of data points of each category. So this is the third point. First, we need to choose k value. After that, we need to find k nearest neighbor points based on the Euclidean distance measure or Manhattan distance measure. After that, among the k data points, we need to categorize, count each and every data points. After that, assign new data point. Fourth step is assign new data point. These are the steps. Data point category. So assign new data point category based on the maximum count obtained category. So here these are the different steps to follow throughout this algorithm. So we will see one project so that you will get clear idea of this project. So for that I will explain you this algorithm. Don't worry. So here initially we will do same thing which we did by using logistic regression. So for that purpose I am going to intent folder. In the intent folder we have classification. In this we have logistic regression. In this folder we have this project. I don't want to use this thing. I want to use one more thing. So here I want to use logistic regression, this thing. Now I want to do same thing in the KNN also. So for that purpose, in this I'm moving to the classification. Here we have KNN folder. So in this KNN folder also I kept the same CSV file, social network ads. So based on social network ads, we need to work on the social network ads only. So here I want to follow same procedure or same steps to implement this k nearest near neighbors algorithm also. So what is our first step? So here we have KNN. So here we have social area address. So here I want to create new IPNYB file. So here whatever we did in this logistic regression problem, I want to do same thing for the k nearest neighbor also. So initially what we need to do, we need to import essential libraries. I am importing essential libraries. So after importing the essential libraries, what we need to do, we need to read our data set. So here I'm reading data set. So after reading this data set, what we need to do? So here we need to observe the behavior of data set. I am observing the behavior of data set. So here in this data set, we have user ID, gender, age, estimated salary, whether that person purchased the specific product or not. Such kind of information we have here. Same thing I want here. Next thing we need to categorize the input and output variables. So that is nothing but input is nothing but features, output is nothing but response vector. So here we need to copy same thing. Here I'm copying same thing. I am splitting data set in the form of, so here I am dividing data in the form of inputs and outputs. After dividing that thing, what we need to do? Wait a minute. So here we divided our data set in the form of training and test set. So after that, what we need to do? So here after this, yeah, if you want to observe the data set, you can observe the data set. Here I don't want to observe the data set. After that, we need to split our data set in the form of training set as well as test set. So if you want to know the information regarding this thing, you can know that thing. So here info. So information is same thing. So what we did previously, here also it will return same thing. After this thing, I want to describe my data set. If you are interested, you can do this thing. Whereas I'm not doing this thing. Directly I'm proceeding to the next step. That is, I want to divide my data set in the form of training and test set. So here I want to divide my data set in the form of training and test set. So here we did this step also. After this, we need to perform feature scaling. Here also, we need to perform feature scaling. So here I'm copy pasting same thing. So you might get a doubt like why we are performing feature scaling. In the previous session, I did not explain you this thing by taking example. So let us assume, so I will explain you that thing now itself. So we will see about the feature scaling. Let us assume, so here, yeah, good. So here we have x-axis and here we have y-axis. So let us assume we are calculating the Manhattan distance. So we are calculating the distance between 2 points by using Euclidean distance measure only. Let us assume. So here we have x-axis. On this x-axis we have position. So here on the x-axis we have position. Here let us assume we have salary. Let us assume we have salary. So here for the position 1 we have, for the position 1 we have some amount of salary. For the position 2 we have some amount of salary. So here if you calculate this thing, let us assume for the position 2 he might get in some 80,000 salary. So here I'm saying some 80k salary. So for the position 2 he might get some 50,000 amount of salary or some 20k amount of salary. So here for this, if you apply the Euclidean distance measure, what it returns? 2 minus 1, x2 minus x1, which is nothing but 2 minus 1 whole square plus, here what we need to say, y2 minus y1, that is nothing but 80 minus 20k, that is nothing but it will say 60k whole square. So here 80 minus 20, which is nothing but 60k whole square. So here I'm calculating the Euclidean distance between 2 points. So let us assume it is the one matrix. So here if you calculate this thing, here in this parameter is negligible only. So here 60k square, on 60k square, one square is the negligible value. So here that means we are not considering this x-axis even. It is a very negligible value. To include this parameter, x-axis parameter as well as y-axis parameter, we need to scale these parameters. So here we need to convert this entire values in the specified range. Like we need to convert this values in the range of -5 to +5, and we need to normalize above axis values also. We need to normalize x-axis as well as y-axis values in the specified range, like -5 to +5 range, or -4 to +4 range, or -3 to +3 range, or -1 to +1 range. So to convert those values in the specified range, so that we can correlate this x features with the y features, then you will get the best accuracy in machine learning algorithms. To correlate different features, we need to perform feature scaling. That's why here we are performing feature scaling. Remember this thing, it's a very important thing. The purpose of feature scaling is to correlate the features with another feature. So here we are performing this step. So after performing correlation, what we need to do? So here we need to pre-process the data. Here, so from the pre-processing model, we imported standard scaler. After that, we performed this feature scaling step. After performing feature scaling, what we need to do? We need to import k nearest neighbor. So here it is present in sklearn package. In the sklearn, after that, so I told you the syntax in the previous class. From sklearn, that family imports class. So here it belongs to the neighbors family. So here it belongs to the neighbors family. So here I'm saying sklearn dot neighbors. So in this I want to import k neighbors classifier. So here in this I want to import k neighbors classifier. So here we need to import k nearest neighbor classifier. So here I'm saying k neighbors classifier. So always you need to take care of the spelling of this thing. Yeah, no module mode. So here in the neighbors I did some spelling mistake. So here view rs. Yeah, good. So here from the sklearn neighbors family, I imported the k nearest neighbor classifier. After importing this classifier, what we need to do? We need to create an object with this specific classifier. So here I want to import the classifier. So I want to create an object with that specific class. Classifier equals to, we need to create an object with this specific name. with the same name, I am creating one object here, and I'm running this portion. So here I want to know the all features of this k nearest neighbor classifier object. So to know the information regarding any object here, we need to enter shift tab button. So here, whenever you enter the shift tab button, it will give the entire information regarding that k nearest neighbor classifier. So here it is the information corresponding to that k nearest neighbor classifier. So in this, if you want to specify the number of neighbors, if you want to specify the number of neighbors, you can specify that thing by using n neighbors. So if you don't specify the number of neighbor points, so previously I explained you, so with the taking k value as 3, like that here if you want to give any k value, here we need to specify that thing by using this attribute n neighbors equals to 3. So here by default, if you don't give the n neighbors value, by default it will be considered as 5. So here by default it will be considered as k value as 5. After that, we need to specify the weights. Weights is nothing but importance. So previously we took the few data points. So here we gave the equivalent priority to each and every data point present in the circle. Whereas if you so by default the weights are uniform only. Whereas if you give universe distance metric, that is nothing but, so in the weights, if you give the universe distance, that is nothing but nearest, for the nearest points, it will give more priority, and for far distance point, it will give less priority. So here, whenever you use the Euclidean distance measure and Manhattan distance measure, always you need to specify you need to perform feature scaling step. Remember one thing, at the back end of the algorithm, whenever you are using Euclidean distance measure or Manhattan distance measure, always we need to perform feature scaling. So here by default weights will be considered as uniform only. That means in the circle, whatever the points present, based on all the points, it will give the new data point category. Whereas here, if you give the inverse distance measure for the weights, it will give the more priority to the nearest point to the or question point, and it will give less priority to the far away points. That is nothing but weights. After that, algorithm auto leaf size, number of nodes. So here we have p equals to 2. So in this, if you want to consider Euclidean distance measure, if you want to consider Euclidean distance measure, here we need to enter p equals to 2. Whereas if you want to calculate the nearby distance, nearby points, if you want to consider the Manhattan distance measure, here we need to specify the p value equals to 1 and metric equals to Minkowski. Whenever you want to Euclidean distance measure, by default, metric we need to specify as a Minkowski only. So here, these are the different parameters. If you want to know the description regarding that thing, here you can read this entire description so that you can this is net